This is the new library Decadence Trailer Toms by AVa Music Group. And this is the first patch Toms 3-way. And there are two things I got to mention. The one thing, perhaps you've seen here at the top, the levels are too hot. So sometimes I get the red light. So what I do at most of the libraries, I turn down the volume here. But let's stay at the same level. Here is another thing. Can you hear the noise at the end? So let's record this one. And now I can go to the audio file. And yeah, here we are. So I want to remove the attack. So I just want to hear the tail. And let's do a little fade in. Okay, now we listen to the tail. And I do this. And let's turn up the volume of the clip. Yeah, and you can hear this at a lot of samples, not just one. Yeah, and we'll hear it at another instrument. The other thing you can see here at the key range, we've got 1 octave. And they didn't use the time stretching algorithms, the Time Machine Pro. So the low keys play at a slow speed. And now high speed. So the sound changes and the length changes. For this, I prefer to use Time Machine Pro and not just the simple sample playback. And another thing, in the keys, every key has another pitch. Okay, that's normal, but I prefer to play with 2 different hands or fingers for doing things like this. Or playing accents. But now I'm always playing in different pitches and I don't want this. So for this, I would like to have 2 different keys playing the same pitch. And what I would like to have here too, that I have always the same key range. So let's say when I go to another patch, you see, oh, I got less keys. And here I got less keys too. So when I've chosen this patch and I'm playing this part, and I recorded this part, and then I go to another patch, then it will sound like this. Because all the high keys are missing. That's not great. And I would like to know, what is the original key? So where is the key where no pitch shifting is done? Okay, let's go to the next instrument. Now we are at the Toms Vintage. And for me, it sounds like there's a delay at the right side. And it's not inside of the sound, it's one of the reverbs. So let's turn off the reverb here. Much better. But here is another thing. I recorded did you hear that we had the sample cut it? So you can see the waveform here, and let's go to here. You can see here, and now we listen to it again. So what I would like to have is a sample with a fade, but not cut it. Yeah, let's go back to the instrument. And again with the reverb. So let's try now the reverb. Yeah. Let's go to this back in a few seconds. So I try now another instrument, the Toms MAGNUM. Yeah, and for me, they sound better. They've got a fade out here. Okay, let's go to the effects. You've got two different effect sides. First of all, you've got color, and you can add flanger and sub. So let's try this one. Okay, so you can change the settings and you can change the order, just drag and drop. Next, you've got the mix, we've got the filter here, we've got the compressor, we've got the equalizer, as you see, reverb, stereo, and the delay. Okay, let's go to the next sound here. And again, let's turn off the reverb. Yeah, this one sounds nice. And let's have a look at the sequencer here. So I turn the sequencer. Nice. And let's turn down this one to 0 and this one too. Let's do this and this. So just very, very easy. Okay, let's try it. So what I hear doesn't match what I see. I set this one to velocity 0. Okay, let's try. I set it to 2 or something else. Okay. Okay, don't know whether it's a bug or something else. I didn't expect this. Okay, and the next is here we've got the groove side. We've got the MIDI packs. Let's choose the trailer essentials and pattern. Double click. Now you can see it here and just press play. Okay, let's have a look at the step sequencer. Okay, this one looks like my version. And that's a sad one because you cannot save your own sequences here. And this one, what you get at the pattern, doesn't match here. So they are separate modules. That's sad. The next thing you can say, you want to double the speed or play it at the half speed. And let's check the velocity here. Let's try another pattern. Okay, I thought another thing. I thought when we've got 0, then the velocity doesn't matter. When we go to 100%, we've got a very big dynamic. But here is the difference. When I go to 100%, everything is loud. Okay, let's check the tightness. Could you hear any difference? I didn't. And it seems like it's quantized. Okay, the good thing is you can drag and drop all the beats into your DAW. So I take this part, drag and drop it to here, and you've got to move it now to this one. Come on. Okay, and here is the clip, and then you can edit it. And you can see when you go to this part here, it's quantized. So I guess there's nothing to change here with the tightness. Okay, so that's the pattern here. Let's go to the next. Here is Wardrum AVERSION. And first of all, let's do, we can do a recording. Did you hear the voice? No, the voice, the noise. We've got two noises. At first, we've got a lot of noise here, white noise. So let's cut it again, just the noise. And when you press more keys, you get more noise. And now we go to the last one. Okay, let's go to the tail. We've got this one. Sounds like they recorded this library at New Year, Silvestri. I don't know. And so the good thing about this library is you've got a 10 velocity layer and 9 round robins. That's great, and here it sounds great. Yeah. But I wanted to check it, and at some libraries I can go to this button and go under the hood. But here it's locked, so I can't see or change anything, and I can't change the samples. That's very, very sad. So let's check all the other things here at the interface. Here we've got compress, and now I turn it to 100%. And now I play all the different velocity layers, but all the low velocity layers I turned up in the volume. So I'm just changing the sound, not the volume. And it can be great when you say, I don't want to have this, because the low notes aren't hearable. So you can do this. And this is not like a compressor as a plugin. So this changes every single note. Then we've got the attack. Can be great to put the signal more into the room. And to get less room, you can change the release. Oh yeah, and here you can hear the bad reverb. Okay, the next thing is the filter here. And now all the high velocities change the filter. That's a great idea, and this one works great. Let's check this big knob here in the mid. Yeah, you get a little bit saturation, and then we can use the Modwheel here. Let's take the low pass. Can you hear the high resonance? Yeah, and you can't change it. The same in the high pass. Okay, and you can change the level. This can be great when you use the groove here. Okay, let's go to the next instrument. It's the kick. And again, we've got the delay on the right side. And when you press more keys, you've got multiple delays, and they've got to match the tempo of your song. And when you press different keys in different pitches, you've got another time in the delay, because they didn't use Time Machine Pro. Okay, let's take the next kick. I love the kick. I want to reduce the room. But low frequencies need more time than high frequencies. And now when I turn down the release too much, I don't hear the reverb, but I don't hear the bass frequencies too. Next is the snare. Let's compare the first tom. And for me, the snare has too much reverb. Let's go further to the clap. The same with the clap. Okay, DARBUKA. And here you can hear the different pitches. And that's not what I want at the DARBUKA. This could be a feature, but I want to play the DARBUKA just with one key. But perhaps you can do it better than me. And when I've got hammered piano here, then the key needs time to come back, so it can be very difficult to play fast beats. Let's try the frame. And the sticks got another surprise. You see here we've got just 3 different keys. And the frame, we've got more, and here are the sticks. Okay, what's going on here? So we've got 2 different instruments, right? And less keys at the other examples. And let's play the high stick. And the high stick seems to change the pitch a little bit. I don't know whether it's normal for this kind of instrument. Let's go further to the cymbals. And you can see, and here we've got much more instruments than just 1 or 2. And here at we can see the panorama now is changing. So I'm always playing the same key, but the sound is going from left to right. So why? When I would like to have a sound going from left to the right, I would choose an auto panner, but now I cannot choose. Okay, let's listen to the other sounds here, to the other instruments. We've got the closed hi-hat and the open hi-hat. And now let's play a little beat. So normally the hi-hat is just one instrument, and we've got the open hi-hat and we've got the closed hi-hat, but every time it's the same instrument. So when you play the open hi-hat and then play the closed hi-hat, you cannot hear the open hi-hat anymore because it's closed. But when I go to this instrument and then I play the open hi-hat and then very fast the closed, it doesn't change. So let's turn the maximum voices to 1. This is how it should sound like, but now we've got this. Okay, so let's turn it back to 1. Now you can say, okay, don't say so much bad things, just set it to 1. And now I'll just play the closed hi-hat. Sounds strange because every closed hi-hat stops the other closed hi-hat and stops the room. So now the room has been cut. Let's go back. Now it sounds natural, but now I cannot use the close and the open hi-hat. That's very sad. Okay, we go to the booms. Great. And the boom deep sub. Okay, they sound great. Next are the master patches. And perhaps you say, ah, great, there are 3 different patches. Yeah. And the thing is, they are all the same. So when I take this, we can see, they look different. Yeah, so you can see this wheel is now at the mid and this not. But when you take this patch, so the patch punchy, and set everything like in this one, you've got the same patch. So it's okay. It can be a little bit inspiration, but you can do everything on your own. There's nothing under the hood that you cannot do. So let's just stay at the first one, organic, and play it. And I'm surprised, why do we start at F and not C? Well, okay, let's go further. So, okay, 3 keys got the first boom. And now I guess the next 3 keys are the next boom. Oh no, wait. So the second boom is just 1 key. Just 1 key? Okay, and I guess now the C is another instrument. No. Now I'm surprised because we had 3 keys with 1 instrument. Then very often, I guess for the next keys, each key had just 1 instrument, and now 2 keys for 1 instrument. How can I remember which instrument is? They tried to match the general MIDI drum map. Okay, that's nice. And what I like here, you've got every instrument playable at the keys. So this can be very nice to get inspiration. Now we get to the extra Toms eraser. And that's a very nice dry sound. Sometimes, for me, it sounds a little bit phasey, the room. So I'm not really sure, just write me what your opinion is. And the last sound. Yeah, I like, I just wanted to say I like this one very much. Let's record it. Did you hear it? Here we can see it. Again, it's a sample that has been cut at the end. And let's listen just to the end. And turn up the volume. Yeah, and I'm missing the fade out. Okay, so that's all about this library Decadence. I guess I've shown you everything. These are great sounds, but with a lot of noises It's great that you've got 10 velocity layer and 9 round robins, but you don't know where the noises are sometimes, and you cannot change things here because you cannot go under the hood. Sometimes the sound has been cut in the end, so you've got to add a little bit reverb. The key mappings are not always the same, so this can be really a problem. So you cannot hear some sounds or some keys. And yeah, the key mappings very often are very irritating for me. So in the first listening, it sounds great, it sounds awesome, but when I will use it and I want to use it, I got to do a lot of workarounds. Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think about this, Larry? Is it just my opinion? Do you think, well, Tim, that doesn't matter because in the full mix you don't hear it? Or perhaps you say, I didn't hear it and listening just at the library on its own. So what's your opinion? Are the key mappings as much as important for me, or do we have another opinion? That's very interesting for me. Just write a comment and see you the next time. Bye.